And here we have some nice restaurants. The Okume, a Pizzeria Creperie, which I can vouch for, and the Nouvelle Auberge, just on the outskirts. Very nice bakers on the left. And again, as I say, the restaurant on the left here, Okume, which is very, very nice. I'd recommend it. Intermarché supermarket, furniture stores, lots of agricultural outlets, banks to lend you money to buy your tractor. We'll follow that town, Toute Direction. There are thousands of towns called Toute Direction in France. It's amazing. Yes, the speed limits on these roads have been reduced to 80 kilometers an hour as opposed to 90. 90 was just about alright, but 80 is a bit iffy. And as a result of it being iffy, the French, generally speaking, just decide to ignore it and stroll along the road at 90 kilometers an hour. And from what we've seen, the police don't seem to take a great deal of offence if you roll along at 90. If you get up to 100, they get a bit shirty, but La Roche, as you can see on the signpost, is the capital of the Vendée. We won't be going there today. We'll head back now into the sunshine, unfortunately. And as I'm not wearing my shoeboots today, I don't have a sun visor. We have another little village coming up on the right hand side called Saint-Avocat-des-Landes. Oh, Avocat-des-Landes. I've been misreading that for 11 years. Little bit of nice boring roadway, but as you can see, these are conifers, so they're still green as opposed to the deciduous trees which have all completely lost their leaves. And the temperature is down now to 40 degrees Celsius, somewhere around about 10 degrees centigrade, I suppose. We'll put an indicator on, but I know where I'm going. A little bit late, but better late than never. We'll now head down towards Avouillet. Unfortunately, I can't take the bike in where the big obelisk is, because it's a big stone obelisk just in front of the mairie. Well, actually, it's behind the mairie in the mairie back garden in Avouillet. So Goldwings are not really welcome. And as I've got all my clobber on today because of the temperatures, I don't fancy walking the 300 meters to get to it. And the camera wouldn't do it justice anyway, so there you go. see all the deciduous trees, all leafless. However, with it being so wet, the grass is still growing a treat. And back we come into the sunshine. Oh yes, I know what I said. I said I'd take us down to the port when we got back to Jars-sur-Mer, my village. So we'll do a run down this road here into Avrier, down on a lovely little twisty road. All these roads, in fact, were resurfaced 2 years ago for the Tour de France. So we have absolutely billiard smooth roads to ride on, which is absolutely great. They resurfaced the sort of principal, it sounds a bit ridiculous, but the principal side roads of the Vendée. Because they're very big on cycling in France, for those who didn't know that. And when the Tour de France is coming through your département, the least you can do is resurface it. So that's what they did, and as you can see, as you can see from my the bike moving, it's very, very smooth. So here we are in Avrier. Just try and keep it down to the speed limit in the town here. As you can see, I'm surrounded by nice little villages. And restaurants. And when the weather's nice, it's great. Now, I was going to do a runner there, but I thought, no. Probably better not to. And it's 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. I think I'm just enjoying myself, no end. Nothing philosophical to talk about. Just the fact that so far, since 2011, here in Jars, I've had a very happy retirement. Away you go on. Thank you. God, that was close. I almost had to put my feet down. God. What more could you want? Now in the little village of Saint-Hilaire, Le Forêt. Now, I can only assume that Saint-Hilaire Le Forêt at one time used to have a forest, hence the forêt, but where it is now I really don't know. Perhaps that's the remains of it over there to the left hand side, which you may have glimpsed through the wide angle lens of my GoPro Hero 7 Black. Which I've already sent back once to GoPro due to malfunctions. One of the reasons I've been very reticent to put any of my rides on YouTube has been the fact that I could not find a microphone that could deal with the wind that I experience, more particularly on the Yamaha than on the Wing. But most of my little jaunts when I go out are usually on the Yamaha rather than the Wing. So I've actually ended up with a microphone from one of the older iPhones, which was a tip I picked up on the YouTube from a guy called, I think it was Dean Biker or something like that, and it really does seem to work. I think basically it's a less sensitive microphone, and it just generally copes better with the environment of being in the inside of a helmet. I have tried Rode microphones, I've tried a Purple Panda, I've tried a sort of standard generic microphone. In fact, I've tried 2 or 3 generic standard microphones on eBay, ranging from €2.50 to about €20. They work fine on the Goldwing because I'm fairly well protected, but here on the Yamaha, or on the other bike, on the Tracer, it really does make your life difficult. In spite of using dead cats, extra fur underneath, making sure my scarf is tucked up tight to keep the wind out of the base, it still picks up the noise of the Yamaha engine. Mind you, of course, I do ride it a little bit quicker than I ride the Goldwing. This may have an adverse effect on the audio, but I have seen some guys actually riding Tracers on YouTube and their audio is very good. So it could be also that I'm not sufficiently au fait with the software that's used in post to get rid of a lot of the unnecessary noise, engine noise particularly. Well, for those who have been with me all the time, we're now coming back into Jar. From the other side. We've basically done a circuit, and as you've been so good as to stay with me till now, I'll take you down to our local port, which obviously is just for your little boats, motorised and sail. And you just have to imagine it during the summer with wall-to-wall people, because today I very much doubt that we'll have wall-to-wall people. So here we are now in the town of Jar. The little small houses here you can see just in front of me used to be fishermen's houses when it was a fishing port, a small fishing port. They've now all been converted into living accommodation. And this bit hasn't been repaved either, but they've seen fit to put in a really great big sleeping placement. Up and down. So I say these are the refurbished, what were fishing and agricultural cottages, but they've all been refurbished. Oh dear me, how this is bumpy. So here we go. We're going to take a little ride down now to the port. And here we are in the port of Char. Would you believe people queuing up for parking places? See our little restaurant open there. There you can see the port. And I've got lucky, the tide's in. Look at the masses of people. Goodness gracious me. People having a little drinky poos, something to eat in the restaurant. I see 5 degrees on the Capitanery clock, so it's getting a bit cool as we speak. 5 degrees centigrade, of course, not 5 degrees Fahrenheit. So I shall just stand up on the bike and let you have a look at the port and pan round through so many degrees and straighten the camera up again. And as the sun sets on Jas-sur-Mer, I shall return to my little abode and put Goldilocks here in the garage. And the very centre of my village, Café des Sports, the boulangerie chocolatier, boucherie, paper shop, vegetable shop, special cans of sardines, the betting shop, the notaires, and yet one more baker's. More could you want? The supermarket is just up the road. And here we are, home and dry, indicator on. Go on, Chucky. That's the way. And here we go. And there's the Yamaha.